Okay, we've got a lot to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, to start with, in the first video, it appears that he's filming a plane at first, and then he realizes there's something else in the sky. Yeah, and this is in Australia, where we see this beautiful orb seeming to ascend into the sky. I don't know, maybe it's just going across. Yeah, a really great capture. I don't think that's a plane. I don't think that's a drone. But hey, I could be wrong. Let me know what you think about that. And the good news about this video is that it's shared by Wixie. That's right, Wixie's World. He's got a new Twitter channel or whatever you call it, X channel, and he's back. Wixie back on Twitter. So that is great news for everybody that likes awesome UFO videos, because he always has a bunch. Meanwhile, Paulina Luna is firing back. Lou Elizondo firing back at her. Yesterday I shared Lou's response to Anna talking about the skiff Lou on Joe Rogan, which I've talked about before, and I've also talked about Lou's response to all of that previously. This is not the first time this has come up. And Anna Paulina Luna says in response, a strange and frankly bizarre post from someone I didn't even name. Well, to be fair, Anna has named Chris, the others who, got the flu that day at the skiff, who weren't there for whatever reason, very possibly a completely innocent reason. In an interview with Matt Laszlo at Ask a Poll, she did give their names. So she may not have said it with Joe, but she did say it with Matt. So just wanted, but maybe she's saying that she forbore to say his name in front of a mass audience like Joe Rogan. And hey, fair enough. Lou Elizondo, she says, you have my number, yet you went on X instead of contacting me directly. Well, fair point. Fair point. We'd been coordinating with the same organization you were part of, only to learn after the UAPDF roundtable that you had left. Correct me if I'm wrong. Regardless, you could still have come to the skiff at any time. As I told you, we'd work around your schedule. Let this be a lesson for all UAP whistleblowers. We have an open skiff policy. If you have information to share, we will gladly host you. How Lou handled this just wasn't immature. It was odd, especially since I never even mentioned him by name. The fact is, he never returned despite our willingness to host him. Of course, Lou says that he had to pay for all his own expenses. So I don't know about the hosting abilities of Congress, but she finishes by saying, and yes, I'll extend the invitation now. If you have anything, come in and brief us. We will get the skiff. It is 100% on you. So an interesting and fiery response from Anna Paulina Luna. Now, Joe Murgia was saying that he had basically was siding with Lou on this. Was his inside information was that Lou did have perfectly plausible reasons and good reasons for not being at the skiff. But that doesn't really, justify Lou's response potentially. So let me know if you think Lou handled it well, and Anna is justified in her own fiery rejoinder, or if you're like me and you think that just everybody could have handled this a lot better. Lou accidentally doxing people, and whatever. And Anna, if Anna did leap to some conclusions about people not attending the skiff that weren't warranted, then, it is what it is. So I think it's a very messy situation. Now, Lou Elizondo's lawyer, who we're going to talk about more in a minute, had this to say about it all, about Lou's response to Anna, or his original response. Lou's being typically too nice by half. That email is from late afternoon on April 28th, 2025, the night before, and it misrepresented the true reason for the cancellation. Talking about this email with the doxed, emails, and it misrepresented the true reason for the cancellation. later revealed by Princess Luna. David Grush didn't have his security clearance, according to Representative Luna. And he still didn't have it in the week of May 12th, did he? So why couldn't the skiff have happened back on April 29th? The voices saying to avoid Congress are not saying this for no damn reason. Okay, so that's probably not a great message to send to people to avoid Congress and not come forward with your information. But there you go. There's Ivan's response. Ivan Hanel, Lou's lawyer, who, in a nice segue, goes into our next story where Ivan is telling people about the end of the world and that we need to prepare. This information is coming from Jonathan Davies. I think that Ivan said this in a private email group that is now public. His comments are now public. People are talking about it. It's kind of alarming. So let's see what Jonathan has to say.
Okay, well, I guess just you're sounding good now. So let's start from the beginning of this whole Ivan Hanel situation. Or Hanel.
Okay, I know Lou, and I got to learn about Ivan Hanel, and I invited him to join a chat group. And he basically immediately on joining the chat group started messaging everyone in the group and basically asking them if they'd prepared for the end of the world. It's not the sort of thing you do when you join a fairly high-level chat group. It's very strange.
Yeah, that is kind of strange. Lou Elizondo's lawyer talking about preparing for the end of the world. Now, is he just having a bad day? Did he have a breakup or something and he's just feeling apocalyptic? Or does he know something that we don't? Now, Lou was asked about, we'll get to the phrasing of it because Lou seemed to think the phrasing was really interesting. He was asking about something like that. It may be the end of the world. It may be, 2027. I think he chose to interpret it as 2027 rather than the apocalypse. But here's the exchange.
So 10 points for that. This is from King Milkfart. And they say, how do you feel about a supposed impending event that is coming? Do you feel anxious, happy, excited? How do you feel?
Well, first of all, great question. Almost a trick question. Very, very clever. Very, very well worded. There's been a lot of talk about something happening. I am aware through certain channels of that same discussion. It may not necessarily be the exact dates that people are thinking right now. And quite frankly, we're not really quite sure what to think of it. Right now, there's a lot of innuendos and rumors going around. There is some discussion behind closed doors about maybe something occurring. But let me preface here. Before people start running to the hills and say, oh my God, Lou just said that something's going to happen. Well, of course, something's going to happen. Something always happens, right? I wake up every morning and there's something going on. Let me back out of that question just a little and maybe answer it a little bit more broadly. I think with everything, any type of event, there's always going to be a little bit of fear from people. It's natural. It's a human reaction to the unknown. But let's keep in mind that also with that comes a lot of opportunity, right? The first time we ever flew a plane probably was pretty scary for the Wright brothers. I imagine, hey, this thing actually going to fly, right? And the same thing holds true when the first person like Chuck Yeager, broke the sound barrier. Yeah, it's scary. Life can be scary, but it can also be full of opportunities. And if we don't take these chances and we live our lives in a tiny little test tube or petri dish, then we're never really going to experience, life as it should be experienced. So I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. But
okay, all right. So we're living our lives in a petri dish. I guess this artificially constructed reality where we're not aware of the broader world, but apparently our bubble is about to be burst is kind of the impression I'm getting from Lou's vague comments here. Is this some sort of mass contact event, some sort of, catastrophic disclosure? What is he talking about? Does it have anything to do with what his lawyer was talking about? Prepare for the end of the world. maybe, his lawyer knows this is coming, whatever it is. And, his take on it is kind of dark. But Lou says he's choosing to be more hopeful and optimistic about this. It goes back to the title of his book, Imminent. People are wondering what that means. Is something imminent? What's he talking about? I would love to know. I know you guys would love to know. Great question from King Milkfart. A really ambiguous response from Lou. What's the deal, guys? I'm tempted to go build a bunker now. I mean, what the hell, guys? I don't know. But in more optimistic news, you need to go grab a bag of coffee from Michael Herrera. That's right, Michael Herrera, UFO whistleblower Michael Herrera. He's not intimidated by the shenanigans in Congress. Well, maybe there's a reason why he's backing away from public speaking for the moment, but he is doing something to help other UFO whistleblowers come forward. He's made other comments previously about the troubles that whistleblowers face. And we've heard this before: security clearances revoked, losing their job, their career destroyed. Unfortunately, that seems to be a pattern that whistleblowers have to experience, or often experience. They don't have to, but it happens. So Michael Herrera is doing something about it. He has started this company, Beyond Black Coffee. In every bag of coffee you buy from Beyond Black Coffee, some portion of that is going into a whistleblower protection fund, or whistleblower fund of some sort, to help them, I think, pay their bills when they come forward. I've already bought my first bag. It hasn't arrived yet, but I will let you know about the taste of this coffee when it comes. And no, I'm not being sponsored by Michael. All of that be kind of a cool sponsorship, right? So go buy a bag of coffee at Beyond Black Coffee to support whistleblowers being able to come forward and still pay their bills. We need to incentivize these guys to come forward. And right now, they are being disincentivized. They are being discouraged just based on the experiences of previous whistleblowers coming forward. Who would want to go through that? I mean, it's hard to blame them. Meanwhile, we have a UFO disclosure on a nightly basis coming from John Bell. I mean, seriously, he gets nightly contacts of anomalous phenomena, and some of them are just really amazing. Look at that big bright UFO coming over the trees, and I'll let the audio play. Oh, and then there's another UFO that appears very briefly and blinks. I'm not hearing any audio.
It's coming in from the West Coast.
Yep, there we go. See that?
Yeah, he's definitely
that moving light right there. It blinks and then it moves.
He's definitely.
Now, tell me if you think that's a plane or a satellite or something. And you never know. Stuff does resemble the anomalous when it's not. So, there could be something like that. But I have seen things that I believe are UFOs, particularly on like CE5 Skywatches. They'll look a lot like that. And you'll get, clusters of them and stuff, and repeated patterns of them where it's clearly not an artificial, satellite or plane or something like that. So I think that is what's happening here, is a real UFO in conjunction with another real UFO. Just a fantastic capture from John Bell at Florida Real UFO. Everybody should go check out his YouTube channel or his Twitter channel. He gets great stuff on, again, a nightly basis. MSN is reporting Hubble captures glorious new image of that mysterious object cruising into our solar system. That's right. This is our best view yet of 3I Atlas. Whatever it is, whether it's anomalous or whether it's just an asteroid. Here's our best image yet of it. As the mysterious interstellar object known as 3I Atlas plummets through our solar system, NASA's good old Hubble Space Telescope has captured the best look yet at the interstellar visitor. On July 21st, the interstellar interloper passed close enough to Earth into Hubble, which orbits us at about 320 miles above the planet, that the Veteran Space Telescope was able to capture a surprisingly detailed image of it. So there you go. There is the surprisingly detailed image of a 3-eye atlas. Let me know if you think that is something anomalous or something more mundane. Meanwhile, this is sent to me by Chumbles. Ancient fairy houses still filled with treasures found in Italy. What? In the rocky landscape of Sardinia, Italy, set a trio of ancient fairy houses. Archaeologists had spent almost 200 years excavating and studying the area, but these small underground structures went overlooked until now. A team of archaeologists began work at the necropolis of St. Andrea Priu, a site on Sardinia Island with a mixture of ruins from prehistoric times until the early Middle Ages, as part of an ongoing project to excavate, restore, and generally improve the complex. The regional secretariat of the Ministry of Culture for Sardinia said in a July 29th news release. Anyway, yeah, they found these fairy houses. Now, I've heard a lot about fairy houses in, England and the UK, but I had no clue they were that far south in Europe, in Italy. That is really interesting to me. I didn't know that. I don't know if you guys are studying fairy houses or not, or fairy lore, or fairy sightings, some of which, from my research, do appear to be legit. I don't know what those things are, but I do think that people are having genuine experiences with something weird, something that's not a shadow or, a hoax. I think there is something that is representing itself as fairies or something fairy-like that people are seeing. I think that's probably why they were building these houses for them back in the day, is because people have been experiencing these guys for hundreds of years, whatever the heck they are. And apparently they're in as far south as Italy. Last but not least, did you know there were orange raccoons? Yeah, there's orange raccoons. Who knew? Let me know what you think about this crazy Garfield raccoon and everything else covered today in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, consider grabbing a coffee mug or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or by becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really do appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.